I'm Kevin Harnett. This is Wave 3 News.
It's time for Wave 3 Listens Live on Kentuckiana's first live local TV talk show, all hosted by John Ramsey. This is Wave 3 Listens Live.
And welcome to Wave 3 Listens Live. I've been looking forward to the show for quite some time because this place has an impeccable reputation. If you're checking out the backdrop right now, we are at the beautiful CaloSpa and Rejuvenation Center. Dr. Nana Mitsuguchi is with me now. He is now a partner in this operation. And as you know, in this industry, when it comes to spas, when it comes to plastic surgery, this place, not only in the region, not only in the area, but in the country, has one of the best reputations for getting quality results, natural-looking results, and it's thanks to Dr. Calabrese and, of course, the man to my left, Dr. Mitsuguchi. Good to see you, Doctor. How are you?
Great to see you again. It's great to be back on Wave 3.
It's great to have you on, and I'm excited because you guys are going to do an open house. I think a lot of people hear fantastic things from their friends, from people who suddenly look younger and feel more energetic, and now they can check it out for themselves. I want to talk a little bit about this open house. I know it's Thursday, November 7th. A lot of exciting things happen. This isn't your average everyday open house, folks. Tell me a little bit about it, Doctor.
Sure. Dr. Calabrese started this over 12 years ago. I'm sorry, this is the 12th one, so 12 years ago, and I've been part of 7 now. And it's just a great time for our clients to see what we do. We have so many segments in our practice today. We have the spa side, we have the medical spa, we have the actual clinical practice, and then we have a surgery center. And sometimes, you know, you don't realize that there's a lot of things that we do in this practice, and even though we work really hard with our staff to educate them about all the different procedures that we do, but this is just a great opportunity. We have vendors from different skincare products to injectables to surgical implants, as well as patients that have been here before they can talk to and learn about different procedures. We have new exciting technology that we're going to talk about today, including a new tattoo removal device that it's called a PicoSure. We're the only one in this region to have it. There's other procedures such as the new skin tightening type procedures that we have, and we'll talk all about this later today.
I'm looking forward to that, and we'll also have a little bit of a sampling of what they offer here at CaloSpa, because from what I understand, Doctor, we're going to have some little mini massages, we'll have some skincare, some makeovers during the open house.
Yes.
I like this. So this won't be, like I said, your average everyday walk through the building and take a look around. You'll have doctors on hand, as you mentioned, pharmaceutical reps with skincare products, etc., and lots of giveaways, too. I almost thought this was a misprint here. You're going to have to help me out. Doctor, from what I read, it says over 16,000 in door prizes. Right, $16,000 worth of door prizes. Correct.
Correct. So we've teamed up with the vendors, and this is just another way to give back to our clients, and also it's a great opportunity to purchase products for the rest of the year. We do this once a year. It's every time. It's about the same time of the year, and it's a great opportunity to buy. For example, if you know you're going to use two syringes of Restylane, it's just a great time to buy because you get the best discount that you can get for this year.
Oh, fantastic.
Yes, it is.
Okay, we're going to put the information up on the screen again. Again, that is Thursday, November 7th, so a week from tomorrow. Open house, $16,000 in prizes, mini massages, skincare makeovers. A lot of it is absolutely free, but we want you to be able to check it out for yourself. Bring your friends, bring the girls. Let's make it a girls' night out, guys' night as well. You know, we guys like to look a little younger, feel more energetic as well. So once again, that is Thursday, November 7th. We'll have more details on the open house. We're going to talk skincare here. We're going to talk about fillers. We're going to talk about tattoo removal. We'll be right back. Coming to you from the CaloSpa and Rejuvenation Center on Wave 3 Listens.
Hogs go missing, and this guy offers to help for a price, but he took the cash and sent owners barking up the wrong tree.
How could you do that to somebody that is already hurting so much?
Why did you give me information about a dog that didn't exist?
Thursday at 11. When it comes to nature, this mother can be cruel. And when it gets ugly, watch one of the biggest local weather teams in the country. Kevin Harnett, Christy Dutton, Brian Good, Andy Weingarten, Lauren Jones, and Ryan Hoke, the Wave 3 News Storm Tracking Team.
Hi, I'm Scott Roby. If you've been injured in an accident or a loved one has suffered a tragic wrongful death, don't wait. Call me today at 540-1213 for a free consultation. As a local attorney with years of courtroom experience, I'll give you the personal attention you need to get all the money you deserve.
Call Scott Roby Law, as serious as it gets.
Win a house, help a child. Hello, I'm Shannon Kogan, and I'm asking you to help Coaster Children's Hospital by purchasing a raffle ticket. Imagine winning this beautiful home in Norton Commons or a 2014 BMW from Sam Swope BMW and $10,000 cash, or you could win it all. Tickets are only $100, and your chances to win are pretty good. For tickets, call 559-KIDS or visit helpcoasterchildrenshospital.com. Visit our open houses or these sponsorship locations. Win a house, help a child.
Welcome back. It's the Wednesday edition of Wave 3 Listens. We're at CaloSpa and Rejuvenation Center. You've heard a lot of positive things about it. Maybe your friends look younger, feel a little more energetic. The man to my left is probably the reason. Dr. Bradley Calabrese is with us. Dr. Calabrese, I've been looking forward to coming out here. I have quite a few of my friends, and I won't mention their names. They might not want...
I won't mention me either, right?
I know you won't. But with that being said, rave reviews for you. And before we get started here talking a little bit more about your open house, I'm curious, Doctor, a man with your credentials, with your reputation, in your industry, so respected, you could live anywhere in the world, anywhere in the country. Why Louisville? Why your relationship with Louisville?
Yeah, well, you know, I was from the Midwest, so I grew up in Indiana. So I just wanted to get back, and so I spent, you know, I think when I was in education, it was time to sort of move around, see the world, never wonder what it was like to be someplace else. And so I lived in LA for 7 years, and I was in Nashville, I was in Indianapolis, and so I was just trying to get back closer. And so it could have been maybe any city, but I had so many friends here. I'd been coming to Derby prior to going to Los Angeles, and so I really set up shop here sort of just because I wanted to live in Louisville. And so I sort of chose the city and then just made the practice happen. So that's kind of how it happened. And that was back in 1997, so this is like my 17th year in practice, and it's been here a long time. So I really like it. So, but I do feel comfortable going around the country, you know, so I think having lived in a big city really helped me because I feel, you know, very comfortable in LA, but in a lot of big cities. And I have a, you know, I go to Miami a lot, and I stay in Miami. In the New Beauty magazine, I always say, they say, what would you ever own that you don't own? And I always said a condo in New York. So I said, there's always that feeling of a big city that it was always fun to go back and spend time at. But for just living, it's really great to be in Louisville. It's really, really great.
We're appreciative that you're here, and also appreciative of the fact that CaloSpa Rejuvenation Center is very philanthropic, and I know that's due to your leadership. Let's talk a little bit about who this open house will benefit, because it seems to me whenever there's something positive going on in the city, I see where Dr. Calabrese has stepped up. So tell me a little bit about Gilda's Club and your relationship.
Yeah, well, you know, I think that in a magazine, I was just reading that they did an article on me in Metaesthetics magazine this month. They talked about sort of philanthropic activities, and what I did is I took a lot of my marketing dollars, you know, because you market, and you go in magazines, you go on TV, radio, and you just try to get more patients. But in some ways, it's whatever's lost is lost. And so I thought it was better to have a partnership with my community, and to partner with the community. There's a lot of people in need, so that if you never ever got a patient from having that relationship, you still did a lot of good. And so we really did that. We put a sign-up sheet in our break room where people can sign up for organizations that they think are important to follow. But, you know, I think Gilda's Club is just an important organization when it comes to cancer. All of us, including myself, have had family members who've died of cancer or had cancer, and to have that supportive organization has been a very, very important one. So we try to spread it out over things that we all, not just me, but all of us feel are very important. And so, you know, it can be for the AIDS Walk, it can be for local theater companies and for Pandora or others. We're a sponsor, the official spa for the ballet this year. So just a lot of different places where we think we can put our money and show that partnership. And I think it's very important. I would hope that more people would really do that and spend their marketing dollars, you know, partnering with the community. It's really helpful.
And speaking of spending some marketing dollars, your open house, I was telling your partner, Dr. Misaguchi, I was telling him, I said, I almost thought it was a misprint. $16,000 in giveaways at your open house on November 7th.
Yeah, so it's that's who really, you said who benefits at the open house, it's the patients, because there's $16,000 worth of giveaways. And, you know, we really partner with our vendors to really make them step up to the plate and really help make this a great event. In addition, we are giving away the condo, my condo in Miami for a week, which will benefit Gilda's Club at that time. So there's just a lot of drawings, a lot of things going on, a lot of activity, plus all of our vendors are here, as I mentioned. So you can learn a lot and have a lot of fun. We're just running around around, talking to people, and so it's a much more casual environment. People are very stressed when they come in to see me, I hate to tell you, and so it's nice to just be relaxed and have fun together and talk about things.
And there's the Gilda's Club graphic up there. Yeah. Tina Carroll is with us. She's joined us. And Tina, I wanted to talk to you a little bit about, in our opening segment, we touched upon, you know, it's very important in this industry to stay state-of-the-art. When it comes to tattoo removal, there's no question we are state-of-the-art here at CaloSpa. Tell me a little bit about the new, I don't know, is it a process? Is it a machine? Tell me about it.
It's a laser. It's actually called PicoSure. It's the newest technology. Pretty much we can do tattoo removal in half the time of any other laser. It takes several procedures, but we can do it in half the amount of procedures of any other laser on the market.
You know, I also wanted to talk to you a little bit about some of your vendors when it comes to fillers. I know in your open house you'll have some representatives here from some of your vendors, and I wanted to talk about that because I know it's important for you to partner with the very best. It's something you take pride in. I think, as I said, I think Dr. Calabrese is kind of the leader in that area. So tell me about your vendors and why you're so proud and why you choose them as your vendors.
Well, I think it's just been tried and true. We've used products before and decided they weren't the right thing. So we only use products that we would use on our staff, ourselves, or our family. And we only buy directly through our vendors. There's no middleman, so we have a relationship with the vendors.
You never try to get cut prices when it comes to products you're going to be injecting in people that's going to last there for a year. And you know, Tina won't tell you, but you know, she's an educator national, and she goes around and educates on fillers, and so we are very comfortable. We do more of all the fillers and all the toxins, Botox and all, than anybody in the state. So we just have a long experience. I started doing Botox in 1997, so it's a lot of years of being comfortable with it and the products. And so I think that if you're in the business long enough, you get to know what's hype and what's real, and so we try to do that for our clients. Instead of just throwing everything at them that comes out in the marketers in a magazine, we try to be very selective about the products we bring into the practice, knowing they're going to really serve the patient well, and that's our job, to really protect our patients and give them only the best.
Speaking of, I like that. It helps me with my segue here, Doctor. Speaking of what is real and what is hype, let's show you the real thing, this tattoo removal. We have some before and after pictures, and Tina and Dr. Calabrese, if you would please, maybe you can do some play-by-play and tell me exactly what we're seeing. All right, Tina, what do we have here?
Well, that's actually, I don't know how many treatments that was, but that's actually a dark tattoo, a black tattoo. Usually can be anywhere from 2 to 6 treatments. Colored tattoos take a little longer.
I think if you've ever seen tattoo removal, this is not the result you get with a normal laser tattoo removal. These are a more complete clearance, which is done in maybe 3 to 4 treatments instead of 10 to 12 treatments, and you don't get as much of that ghost behind it. It's really going to clear out and you see somebody that was treated before by another laser, and then you turn around and do the PicoSure, and you clear out the rest of the pigment. It's highly effective. Our trainer that was here teaching us has the generation before this Pico laser, and she says the Pico laser blows away what she has in her own practice. It just does it so fast and way less painful. So this is not really painful. A lot of people who do tattoo removal would quit doing it after the first treatment because it was just so painful. And so the PicoSure is less painful, it's much quicker, it's much more complete. It basically takes the pigment and explodes it and turns it into like sand, and then the body can get rid of it. So
it's not left blotchy, like little blotchy areas of.
So much more complete.
I've talked to friends who hesitate to have their tattoos removed because of the things you mentioned.
Right.
Either A, pain, or B, you get an unsatisfactory result.
Right.
That is amazing to me, and that is state of the art. Pico, help me out again.
PicoSure. This is an expensive laser. I mean, this is over a $250,000 laser because it's such high technology. There's only 40 of these lasers in the country, and there's no other PicoSure in the Kentucky area. So it's a very, very new state of the art, but the reason people don't have it is because it's so expensive. But you know, I think here in this practice we always just try to wait for the state of the art. As Nana said today in our meeting, I've been looking for tattoo removal for 7 years, and I've never felt satisfied with the results. And only when I found this laser, even at that high cost, did we know that we met something that we thought was meeting our standards, and thus we brought it in.
I know, Dr. Calabrese, you travel quite a bit, and your expertise is sought for in your industry throughout the country. You go around and speak quite a bit. With that being said, the fact that you travel, I would think it would really be an aid in this industry as far as seeing what is state of the art, seeing what kind of look you want, everything from your atmosphere to the type of machines you use. Do you find that to be true? And if that is true, I would think this truly here in Louisville, Kentucky, CaloSpa Rejuvenation Center is the state of the art.
Well, I think that what we said at the meeting today, I said there's nobody in the country that's in the industry that doesn't know about CaloSpa because it's such a beautiful facility. It's so big and beautiful and state of the art. All of our equipment is state of the art. We We do so many treatments compared to other facilities. Even the trainer that came for our PicoSure was like looking at the facility going, oh my gosh, what a great office. You know, and it's probably less about the facility than it is about the kind of experts we have in the practice. So it's not just me or Dr. Mitsuguchi, it's really everybody we bring in. I said to them today, I said, you guys are all, you know, the head of your class, you're all the top. If you weren't, you wouldn't be here. And so we know the kind of service we deliver is going to be, you know, that same level all the time, always. And it comes from technology and investing in our patients, investing in this building, investing in good lasers, and then also bringing in the best experts to do it. So.
And when it comes to injectables and fillers, speaking to what you're speaking to, Tina Carroll, you're is a nurse injector. Exactly what do you call your title? And you're only as good, I mean, you can have the best fillers in the world, but only as good as the person who is injecting those. Tell us a little bit about your background.
I'm a registered nurse. I'm certified in plastic surgery, and I'm a certified nurse injector, which means I've gone through the training and testing that says I'm qualified, and I also train for both Allergan and Medicis, which are two of our vendors for injectables.
The two biggest.
The two biggest.
Restylane and Juvederm.
Botox.
And you're an expert injector. Considered labeled as an expert injector.
At your open house, and both of you please weigh in on this, I know there's a lot of giveaways. With that being said, Dr. Mitsuguchi was telling me that this is also a good time if you're thinking about having a filler, if you're thinking about having some type of procedure, this would be the time to do it because these representatives are offering really good deals, maybe the best price of the year, correct?
20% off.
Wow.
Everything. And like for Botox or Dysport, you buy 2 areas, you get 1 free. So if you spend $400, you get $600 worth of treatments. So that's really less than half the price of what I charged when I was doing it in 1997. So, and we really push our vendors and partner with them, let's say, to really give our clients the best prices and do some really special deals from just like the $16,000 worth of giveaways. So I think we have some of that influence because we do so much, and I think we just try to pass that on to the patient, pass it on to our clients. So I think it's fine.
Dr. Calabrese, we get a lot of folks on this show in the medical industry, and I always like to ask them this question, and because I'm afraid I might lose you because you're so busy, you might say, I've got to go.
I'll try to stay. I'll try to stay.
But the question I want to ask you is, what excites you now in the industry? When you go around and you're speaking all over the country and you see new technology, I always like to hear what is the latest upcoming that we can look forward to.
Well, what I lecture about the most and what I spend most of my weekends gone doing is talking about breast surgery. And most people don't know that we've had new implants approved by the FDA over the last year, both in 2012 and 13. And these are some of the state-of-the-art type of devices that are for breast implants. So the choices are so great. When I started practicing in 1997, we had 1 moderate profile saline implant, and I used that on everybody for everything. And to go from that to today where I have smooth implants and textured, I have 3 different manufacturers, I have different profiles, we have cohesive, we have shaped, we have round, we have so much. So it becomes much more what I call designer breast augmentation, designer breast surgery, the ability to take people that have problems with their breast augmentation or reconstruction and go back and redo it with more advanced devices and more advanced implants. It's really, really exciting and really great for me. So probably the reason I'm excited about that is because my passion is what I talk about, and so I think that's the most exciting thing. I guess if I was doing rhinoplasties, there's probably something very special in rhinoplasties that's great too, but I think it's really exciting. And I still do a lot of breast reconstruction in those patients, or redo breast reconstruction. And I couldn't do that if I didn't have really the instruments to do that. Sure. And so I think that the FDA has allowed this, and we've been able to promote better products. We are, catching up with the rest of the world, because for such a long time we were doing saline implants, and the rest of the world was advancing in the technology they had when it came to breast surgery. So I think we're stepping up to the plate, and I think for our patients, they're the ones that actually benefit.
All right, Dr. Calabrese, Tina Carroll, thank you all very much for chatting with me a little bit. As we go to break, we want to show the details on the open house once again. Throw them up full screen if you would, please. And also, Dr. Calabrese, on behalf of Gilda's Club and other philanthropic endeavors, we want to thank you because you've been very generous to the community. I'm glad you're successful.
Thank you.
Maybe some other leaders in business will take your lead here and start giving back a little bit, but thank you very, very much. Again, open house a week from tomorrow. Make sure you make reservations. The phone number is on your screen. Make it a ladies' day out. Hey, gentlemen, you're welcome too. We like to look younger and feel better as well. Once again, it's CaloSpa Rejuvenation Center. We'll be right back on Wave 3 Listens.
Quality, comfort, style. Find it all at Kentuckiana's only Flex Steel Gallery. Schmidt Furniture. We're the affordable furniture store on the furniture corner of State and Main, downtown New Albany.
Our pets are part of the family. So as we eat fresher, less processed foods, it makes sense that our pets should too. That's why we made Fresh Pet. Meats and veggies so fresh, the only preservative we use is the fridge. We're proud that our food is different. We're even prouder of the healthier coats, clearer eyes, and increased energy of the thousands of dogs and cats who've helped make Freshpet the fastest growing pet food in America. Freshpet, fresh food for Fido.
Experience, selection, value. Find it all at Kentuckiana's only Flex Steel Gallery, Schmidt Furniture. We're the affordable furniture store on the furniture corner of State and Main, downtown New Albany.
Welcome back. Been looking forward to this show a long time. CaloSpa Rejuvenation Center. We are absolutely live. We're joined by Dana Smallwood. We're going to talk about skin care. But before we do, Dr. Calabrese had another person wanted to brag on you a little bit. Laura is with us. She called the station. Laura, welcome to the show. Good afternoon to you.
Hello, how are you? Hello?
Yes, Laura, go ahead.
Yes, I would just like to say that I'm a former patient of Dr. Calabrese's. I don't know if he remembers me. I have a rare condition. It's genetic. It looks like I have the form of large breasts, but they really look like they're, I don't want to offend anybody, but like 500-pound man boobs where the boob goes all the way around. I don't have like an armpit or anything, and I had a little bit of fat on my back that couldn't be done anything diuretically. But Dr. Calabrese has definitely changed my life. I can wear shirts I've never been able to wear before. He's just given me a whole new confidence. All his staff was very professional, and he's just a wonderful, wonderful doctor. I recommend him to anybody.
You know, Dr. Calabrese, that has to be very rewarding because I could hear in her voice that it was life-changing. I know you were having trouble hearing, but she was just saying that you really changed her life for the better, that she felt very uncomfortable, unconfident, and now I could hear the confidence in her voice, which is fantastic. Your work has to be rewarding. I'm sure you hear these stories a lot.
Yeah, you know, it's sort of what makes it fun. You know, that's the reason I love being in plastic surgery. And, you know, I think that I think sometimes plastic surgery gets a name for being about vanity, and I've always said it's really not, because I get way more hugs from my patients today than I did as a general surgeon. So I think that, you know, you really affect their life. And maybe I don't change the quantity of their life, but I definitely change the quality of their life. And so, you know, my guarantee to my patients is my commitment to them, and to be the smartest I can be, and to be the talented as I can be, and to care about them, and to be a real physician to them, and as well change their life for the better, and partner with them to make sure we get them through the process. And I think that that's what I always try to deliver, and I still like being a doctor. I think that that's the thing. I like still taking care of patients. It's what I really, really am doing this for. And so some of the other stuff I do education-wise is more for me. You know, but for the patients, it's, you know, I've trained a long time to be there for them. And so I'm sorry I didn't hear the whole conversation. I heard parts of it, but you know, I'm really, really glad, and that makes it all worthwhile. And that's why, you know, when I go to bed at night, even when I'm tired, I feel really good about what I've done.
You know, I think an enhanced appearance, that's okay, that's good. But as you said, there's somewhat of a snowball effect in the workforce. If you can help your confidence, that's a good thing. It can change your life. Whether it be just being in front of your friends and more confident in your smile and the way you look, it helps your energy level, and it all kind of adds up. I love that.
And it doesn't always take surgery, right? Matter of fact, most of the time it doesn't take surgery. You know, we have so many options that are non-surgical. You know, skin care, and we mentioned Botox and fillers and some lasers, and we have Cool Sculpt to melt the fat. We have lots of options. And, you know, and really, I think of sort of what we do as a sort of ladder, starting with simple and going to more complicated as we go. And so Dana starts with sort of all the things that we do that I think are the sort of the foundation. We really shouldn't jump to a facelift until we've dealt with the foundation of skin, and that's where we ask our estheticians to get involved and really take the patients for the rest of their life through the process of feeling the best and looking the best.
Dana Smallwood, if you would, talk to our viewers a little bit about how important a skincare regime is.
Sure. Well, you can go to a department store, you can go to a pharmacy, and there's all kinds of products to choose from. But to have somebody actually hold your hand and help you see what they want to achieve, have somebody that's always there for them to help them to get those results, and answer all their questions. You go to a department store, you're just looking, you read the ingredients, you don't know what they're doing, or what they are for that matter, and there's so much to choose. So to have somebody explain that to them, and be able to get them to an end result and actually change their skin. And we're always here. We can, you know, we're going to make it right for them and answer all their questions.
You know, we're constantly bombarded by commercials that claim these over-the-counter skin products are good. How important is it to have pharmaceutical-grade skincare?
It's huge. It's a delivery system. You just don't get that with department-grade products. They're going to sit more on the surface. They're not going to penetrate to the dermis. They're not going to signal to stimulate collagen and actually physically change the epidermis of the skin, and that you can get with our products.
So let's talk a little bit. Those vendors will be here, by the way, on the open house. I'm reminding you once again, November 7th, make your reservations because this is going to be educational. You have a chance to win over $16,000 in prizes. And Dana, talk about some of the representatives that will be here when it comes to skincare.
Sure. All of our vendors. We've got Skin Medica, which is one of our big ones now, partnering with the 90-day skincare challenge that we're going to be doing. SkinCeuticals, NeoCutis. We have our Zeo Medical line. All of these, the 90-day challenge is a great thing. You get 2 essential serums, 3 peels, 10 units of Botox, and we're going to challenge people to come in, purchase this, do before photos, do after photos at the end, and we're actually going to judge who got the best results, and you get a free essential serum. So it's a great thing.
I love that. I've got a question for you, Dr. Calabrese. When it comes to skincare, when it comes to fillers and just the natural look, you're very well known for a natural look as far as making people look younger without that wow factor. I cannot figure out for the life of me when I watch some of these like Housewives of Orange County.
Oh, right.
Okay. Is it the look that they desire, or is it different parts of the country, or is it the lack of expertise from the surgeon to make them look more naturally young?
Well, I think it's a little bit about the community because I trained in Los Angeles, so you know what my patients were looking for in Los Angeles is a little different.
Okay.
You know, whereas in L.A. people would go out to lunch with their nose splint on after a rhinoplasty. They wanted everybody to know they had a nose job. Here things are a little bit more quiet. People are much more subtle about what they did. You know, I saw a patient, a post-op facelift today, who she looks great. You look at before and afters. I mean, she just looks great, but you don't pick it out as a facelift. You don't understand. You see the before and afters and you understand it. But to look at her, it doesn't look like anything's been done. She looks just like she just aged really well and great. And we talked about that natural look that just looks not overpulled. And part of it's about how you do the procedures. But I think part of it's about taking care of the skin as well beforehand, not just going in and doing a facelift, but helping them with all the pieces to the puzzle to make sure they get the best look and the overall result. Today, it's all about volume. It's about always, you quit pulling the skin tight and flattening the face and getting that sort of wind, swept look. What you want to do is always achieve volume and contour and shape by adding volume to the face and then do a facelift when you need to. And that's our principle that we live by today in 2013. And so we do that with every patient. And if you do that, then you don't have to pull the skin so tight and do crazy things because you've added the volume where you need to. So I think it's a little bit about philosophy. And the philosophy is to add some volume and take care of the top of their skin, work from the top through. And when you need a facelift or a neck lift, you need to do that, of course, but do everything else with the non-surgical things.
Interesting. Dana, tell me a little bit about this. You have a certain program for, I guess, I don't know if it's for people who come in here on a different kind of a level. And what's it called?
The Calo Club?
Not the Calo Club. My producer was just telling me about it. What was it?
Skin Genius Bar?
Yes, Brilliant Distinction. I apologize because I wanted to make sure I had it right.
Sure,
Brilliant Distinction. Tell me about that.
Brilliant Distinctions it starts with Allergan, and we always had it with Botox and Latisse. And now that Allergan actually has Skin Medica, they can purchase anytime they purchase products with Skin Medica and/or do any Skin Medica peels, they will get points. Those they can come back and redeem them immediately off the total of their service that day or Botox or products.
Okay, before each of you go, I want to ask you this because while we're on this topic of skincare, and I know we're jumping around today, but if you could recommend something as a resource, as an educational resource for both of you, what would you recommend our viewers do for skincare? A lot of people say sunscreen or whatever. Is there something you recommend?
Yeah, they come into our spa and go to the Skin Genius Bar that we have just created where you can come in right to our bar, right in our retail space, and there'll be an expert there to walk them through, just like they would in a department store, which we've not done that in spas before. You always had to make an appointment and come in and go into a back room and try to figure it out. And here you can just stop in as you're trying to buy products, you can figure it out. So that's one way.
Interesting. What about you, Danny? You have a little bit of advice for our viewers?
As simple as it sounds, wash your face. Really, that's the key there, just starting with that and being a part of your skin and pay attention to it. That's a start.
All right, we'll have more with Dr. Calabrese. We're at the Calabrese Rejuvenation Center. And before we go to break here real quickly, Kind Notes giveaway. We got a jar of Kind Notes, benefits Breast Cancer Awareness Month, which of course is this month. We're in the final days. This one is absolutely free if you're caller number 3, 888-800-9283. Kind Notes, a nice way of telling a friend you remember them and you think a lot of them. We'll be right back from Calabrese Rejuvenation Center on Wave 3 Listens.
Social Security disability benefits, you may be scheduled for a hearing before a judge and Social Security's own expert witnesses. The process can be scary. I'm attorney Michael Sullivan. At my law firm, we've created a DVD for our clients to tell you what to expect and how to prepare. Disability law is what I do.
Call attorney Michael Sullivan, 1-866-301-3700.
Open house means open jobs and opening a paycheck.
Open a job offer right here and now.
Here's your chance for a holiday warehouse job at your local Amazon fulfillment center in Jeffersonville or Shepherdsville.
Day and night shifts are now open. We're making on-the-spot offers today during Integrity Staffing's open house. Choose the location nearest you or start the process online.
Questions? Text NIGHT to 545454.
Open a paycheck every week for the holidays.
Visit jeffnbctv.com now. Integrity Staffing, your opportunity engine.
And welcome back, coming to you from the CaloSpa Rejuvenation Center. Big open house. That is November 7th. Put it on your calendar. Make a reservation, because I'm telling you, a lot of exciting things going on. Little mini massages, makeovers, giveaways. It all happens November 7th right here at CaloSpa. There we go, CaloSpa Rejuvenation Center. Dr. Calabrese will be on hand. His partner will be here, as well as skincare experts. We're going to talk about tattoo removal. Anything you want to talk about when it comes to skincare, looking younger, and feeling better, it happens at the open house. All right, we've got another caller here. We welcome your calls. You've got a great resource here. One of the most respected men in the business in the country, Dr. Bradley Calabrese. Brittany is with us. Brittany, good afternoon. Welcome to the show.
Hi, how are you?
We are doing well. You?
Good, good. My question is, I'm 30 years old, and I have pretty good skin. I've been taking care of my skin pretty well, and I've gotten into a lot of prophylactic things. You guys are talking about washing your face and things such as that. I started using Retin-A this year, kind of for prophylaxis. I don't have wrinkles. I don't really have any of that stuff yet, but I wanted to know about your opinion as far as Botox as for prophylaxis.
Yeah, for prophylactic. Well, this is about Botox for prophylaxis. And I think that, you don't have to start too early. If you don't have wrinkles, we're not trying to make somebody look, mask face and not have any movement. So it's really only when you start to really see the wrinkles when you're in repose. So when you're not smiling, you still see the wrinkles. Then I think that's when it's best to start thinking about Botox as a way to sort of reduce that. But you don't want to wait too long, because once wrinkles get well established, even if you Botox the area, the wrinkle may still be there. So I think it's waiting till in repose, without smiling, without animating, you're starting to see wrinkles, then I think it is worthwhile to soften those with Botox. And for the young person who is just starting to get into skin care, think of Retin-A as the thing that treats the outside of the skin. It treats the surface, the sheets of the bed, so to speak. And that can be helpful, but sometimes you don't even have pigmentation problems yet. Your skin on the outside looks pretty good, but you're trying to plump up the collagen. Then we would recommend growth factors for that. We want to take the mattress underneath and really plump it up and keep it plump so you don't age, so your collagen stays in there. So using a growth factor like TNS Recovery Complex, TNS Essential Serum, or one of the Neocutis growth factor products would be the way we would go. So young person, growth factors, sunscreen, that's a great way to start. As you start to have more problems that you see on the skin, then you start adding in some Botox, and you start adding in the Retin-A's and the retinols for the top of the skin.
All right, I like the mattresses, sheets.
Yeah,
I like the way that works. All right. Now, the holidays are upon us, and if you need to lose a little weight, Karen Stickerod is with us now. And Karen's going to talk a little bit about protein weight loss. I don't know any more about it. I know this. If it's to be done here at CaloSpa, it's going to be the very best. So, Karen, tell me a little bit about the weight loss program that we have here.
The new program that we are currently doing is called Ideal Weight Loss, Ideal Protein. It is a way of helping patients to lose the fat by sparing their muscle. So it's a great program. It's macronutrients and micronutrients, so patients are able to lose weight in a healthy fashion.
Okay, now, and I talked about the holidays fast approaching. Can they possibly receive some type of results before the big holiday parties? Let's say first week of December.
I think that on average, women lose 2 pounds a week on average.
Wow,
that first week, they could lose 5 to 7 pounds. That's where we lose a little bit more. So yes, the holidays are a very trying time and a little hard for people sometimes, but we can help them. We can help them work around their holiday parties, so they can lose some weight before the holidays.
I think educate. I think most of us are understanding today that carbohydrates are the problem. It's not fat, and when you have a low-fat or non-fat a meal, it's always replaced with carbohydrates, and carbohydrates are the real enemy. They're the real driver of insulin, and insulin works throughout the body to cause destruction. The cholesterol goes up, hypertension, diabetes. It's the syndrome X. You know, that concept of everybody getting sort of kind of obese in the middle, and they start to have high cholesterol and high blood pressure. It always happens in their 40s and 50s, and it gets worse through time. That whole philosophy of what happens, we want to stop that. So it's really about the health of the patient, number one. And number two is making them look better by losing weight. And that's really what Karen preaches every day to all the clients, is understanding what carbohydrates are doing to us and how, even if they're not on our ideal protein diet, they can actually change their diet at home to a more protein-friendly, lower carbohydrate diet, and they will benefit from that. Or we would prefer, you know, start with ideal protein to get your weight where you want it to be and get those things corrected, and then liberalize your diet. You don't have to live on that forever, and go back to a smarter diet that's based on protein and low carbohydrates.
Yeah, we could talk about glycemic index, etc., but I like what you're saying. The philosophy is fairly basic. If we can stay away from flours, sugars, things that are easily, I always say that your body can turn those to fat very quickly because of the lack of need for being processed.
Right.
It's already been refined. But let's move on. All right, weight loss. We've talked skincare. Is it important to you, doctor, that you establish that your practice here is really comprehensive?
Right.
You're talking weight loss, skincare. You know, if you need a nip and a tuck here, if you need a little Botox and fillers, is that important to you?
Yeah, it's important because I said in our meeting this morning, I said, you know, the vast majority of patients, like let's say talk about fat in liposuction or whatever, most people, like the vast majority, will never have liposuction. And they're never going to have a tummy tuck. But that doesn't mean they don't want some results. But they're never going to do that. It's off the table. So we can either decide, okay, then there's nothing for you. If you're not going to do liposuction, there's nothing. You can decide that. Or you can say, well, there's options, you know, and will it make it better for you? Do we have ways we can treat you? So CoolSculpt is an example where we can sort of freeze the fat, reduce the area by up to 40%, in the best responders, maybe 50%. And from many patients, that's all they're looking for. A little help in those problem areas, maybe the belly, the love handles, maybe a little bit of the thighs. And so that's why we use it as a sort of, as I said, the ladder from the beginning, the simplest things we do, like diet, up to CoolSculpt, up to liposuction, up to a body lift. You know, it's all the way up through the ladder. So we always have to start with the diet. So that's one of the reasons we brought the diet on. Don't do CoolSculpt and liposuction without having an answer at the beginning of it for how we can help them live a healthier lifestyle, and then add those treatments. It can't all be about surgery. You know, that's the 70s and 80s of plastic surgery, right? In 2013, it should be about the complete person, the complete aesthetic model, and sort of how we deliver care. If you're going to be a caring physician and a caring group of people, then we're going to deliver the care from the beginning all the way through. I always say I'm the last family practice doctor, right? The doctor that gets to stay with their patients through their whole life, from the time they're pretty young all the way to their adulthood. I see patients I've seen 17 years ago. I was doing breast augmentations then, I'm doing facelifts now. So I get to keep my patients for a long time. So I need to offer them more than their facelift every 15 years. I need to offer them all the care they need through the whole time. So it's just not all about surgery anymore.
And the agenda being the best, long-lasting end result for your patient.
Right.
Right.
Always that, you know, and I think it's so much of the time about value. You know, so what's the value if I compare CoolSculpt to liposuction? Sometimes for some patients, the value is I don't have to take any time off work. CoolSculpt's for me. I don't want any downtime. Others, you know, how grand of the result can I get? How big of a result for the cost? Maybe that's liposuction for you. If you don't mind taking a few days off, I can probably drive a bigger result, but you're going to have surgery as well. It's going to cost a little bit more, and you're going to have some downtime and some risks associated with it that you won't have with the simpler procedures. So I always say don't over expect out of simpler things, right? You know, I think the simpler it is, if it takes no recovery, you're going to get less results than you do when it takes a lot of recovery. So it's sort of, and it's pretty classic that way always, isn't it?
Yes.
And you know, even losing weight, that probably takes the longest time. It's such a challenge. It takes so much time. That's the reason with our patients on a weight loss program, Karen coaches them every week. Our patients come in every week, and it's all included in the price. We don't charge for that.
And that's very important, too, for the patient. I think that they need somebody there with them. They need a motivator. They need somebody to also educate them what food does in the body. That's really important. You know, most people have no idea. So it's about helping them be a healthier person so that they can maintain in the end. So it's something that they can maintain.
This is interesting, Karen, and I'm sure there's a lot of viewers out there who would like more information. We'll will you be available during the open house?
Yes.
Love that.
Yes.
So we can talk.
She's not only there, but she's also our lead esthetician, so she knows everything about skincare and stuff too. So she'll be there to answer
My
all the
question
questions.
for you is, how do you, I know it's hard to find accomplished people, and you have that, very professional. How do you find all these beautiful people that work for you? Every single one of you, everyone
I think
works here.
I think they find me. I don't think I find them. I think they find me.
Yeah, you're right. They want to work for the best. Nothing wrong with that. All right. CaloSpa Rejuvenation Center, located on Lime Kiln Lane. Do not forget, next Thursday night, not tomorrow, a week from tomorrow, November 7th. Make it, put it on your calendar. Call for reservations. Should be a lot of fun. Plenty of giveaways. Have a little mini makeover while you're here. We'll be right back on Wave 3 Listens.
Red tape with your workers' compensation claim? Get the Tiger on your side. Call 1-800-YES-TIGER. At Kaufman, Stigger & Hughes, we cut through the red tape and help you get the benefits you deserve. Call 1-800-YES-TIGER and let us fight for you.
Hi, I'm Joe Taylor, Overton, Texas. What keeps me coming back to the trail is just absolutely sensational. I have people tell me what they spent playing one round at Pebble Beach and a night at the hotel, or going to Pinehurst for a couple of rounds. We do the entire week, travel, hotel, green fees, good meals and everything for the price of one day at these places. And it's absolutely a sensational place to come.
After an accident, you need someone on your side. Call 1-800-YES-TIGER and get our no-fee promise. You will never pay a fee until we win or settle your case. Call now and get the Tiger on your side.
Once again, I want to remind you, Cars for Christmas, it all happens this Saturday. They're going to start at Papa John's Cardinal Stadium, and then they're going to take a little drive to the Salvation Army. They're going to load these cars up with toys. Now, if you have an antique car or a car you want to show off, that's fine. If not, that's okay. It's all about helping out the kids with new toys. And then they'll take that ride across the river to the Harrison County Fairgrounds. You're invited. Call the number on the screen. Once again, it is Cars for Christmas. Welcome back. CaloSpa Rejuvenation Center, and I'm glad that I was able to get these two partners together on air, because I have found with a successful business, when you have partners, there's a reason. You complement each other. I want to hear that from each of you. Okay.
Should I compliment him?
I want you to. I want you to tell me what he brings to the practice for you in your eyes, because I think this is good for you here.
Yeah, well, the reason he's in the practice is because he proved himself at the University of Louisville over a 3-year period of time while I watched him at being just really the best surgeon, really such a great surgeon and a great mind, and with the residents, they all told me how good he was, and so that was very, very important, because I thought you have to keep excellence as your top priority. But also, he's such a nice person. He's so easy to get along with, and we've been really great friends for 8 to 10 years. I knew his wife, who's also a physician, because she was my medical student, because I'm getting that old, many years before I knew Dr. Mitsuguchi, and so we built a relationship that way, and so he's been very important. And the best thing is that we are still very, very good friends 8 years into practice, and which isn't always easy when you're in business with somebody together, but we've always stayed on the same team, and we complement each other that way. And I do some things that he doesn't do, and he does some things that I don't do, and so we mix it.
I want to talk about that a little bit. Dr. Mitsuguchi, not only is he very, obviously, as you said, accomplished in his field, but he and his wife are the best dressed couple in Louisville, hands down. If you see him out on the town, you're going to know exactly what I'm talking about. Dr. Mitsuguchi, talk a little bit about Dr. Bradley Calabrese and what maybe some of his strengths as compared to some of your weaknesses. Let's do that a little bit.
Well, the best thing about him is that he's really helped me to mature as a plastic surgeon, and he's always been a resource for me. And I remember one day, many, many years ago, after a few years after I joined him, he kind of got sad that I wasn't asking him for help as much, Right. And so it's great. Whenever I have issues or questions, or if I have a new idea, I'll throw it around to him, and he always encourages me to challenge myself to be better and better and better, and so it's great.
I love that.
And the best part, of course, he is still one of my best friends, so that's
nice.
really, really important.
I'm a nice guy, right?
Yeah, I think it's coming off that way. I do. All right, let's talk a little bit about. On my notes here, I've got Therma Aesthetics, Therma Rays, Therma this. Okay. What's the Therma? Tell me all about it, Doctor.
Okay, it's a newer technology that's out today. It's radio frequency, but there are two main purposes for it right now, and one is called ThermaRace, and that's to help with the glabellar lines here. It has a Botox effect, and it's great for people who, you know, today, since Dr. Calabrese has been doing Botox for, I think, like 15 years now.
There's some before and after, too, Doctor.
Exactly. So we have patients who don't really respond well to Botox anymore or Dysport anymore. And so ThermaRace is a small office-based procedure that can really help with those lines. And the second part of this procedure is called ThermaTight. And that's to help tighten the skin. And you can imagine any skin that's loose, whether it's your face, body, arms, legs, you can tighten any of the skin in that area with this technology. We previously had an older technology that worked well too, but this has much more precise temperature measurements, and we can be more aggressive and still be extremely safe.
Very state-of-the-art. You know, one of the centers was really investigating this technology, and Dr. Mitsuguchi's sort of heading that for our practice. And so it's very exciting to be part of, you know, new technology and advancing the science in the country.
New technology, obviously, in your industry, maybe more than any other in the medical field, is important because there are new innovations all the time. I know you both are very highly sought after as far as on the speaking tour. So I asked you before a little bit about what excites you in your film. Dr. Mitsuguchi, is there something that you see up and coming that excites you in the field of looking younger, feeling better?
Well, I'll tell you, you know, what's great is that I think that both Dr. Calabrese and I have started to use fat more to improve not only the face, but the body, including the buttocks and such, or contour defects that we have on body. And that's a really, really exciting thing because we really get to use our artistic side to reshape, reform, without really relying on expensive technology or expensive products. And because most people have some fat to give us to use. So it's just a really, really great way. I love it because it just really makes us be artists, and that's what we really.
And I like your sensitivity. You notice how sensitive he was about that? Have some fat, not much.
A little fat. Yeah, I told a patient today. I said, "Oh my God, I put fat in everybody everywhere. I mean, everything I'm doing surgery on today, I find some place for fat somewhere." So it's really become an extender of our tools, of our ability to do better surgery, and that's common in the country too. It's really starting to catch on too. But we were sort of early adopters of that concept because what I told you about earlier, it's about volume. Everything's about volume. It's not just the face. It's in the buttocks, the breast, everywhere. That why we sag a lot of times is because of the loss of volume. So we've learned ways to harness their own fat and reestablish that volume in a very natural way.
All right, let's talk about, I see Permalip. Permalip?
So, Permalip is an implant, a lip implant that Dr. Calabrese brought to our practice, and it's in the past we were using other implants. They had a little bit of an issue, but this implant is a much softer implant and it gives you a very natural look. And it's an office-based procedure. It's a very pretty quick procedure and very minimal downtime, and you can see the results are very long-lasting.
For all those patients who I've been doing filler on out there that may be listening, who I've always said there's no great implant out there, so we're going to keep doing filler, you know, listen up, come and see me because I have some options for you now because the Permalip, and it's been used for a few years, and so I've had some of my good friends, as you mentioned previously, going around the country and being with other colleagues and lecturing, I get to hear about a lot of things, and I sit there and watch it for a while. And I was getting such great results that we decided to bring it to the practice and try it. And our patients have been thrilled with the results. And this is a permanent addition of volume to somebody's lips. So if they're tired of getting injections or they are unwilling to get injections, then they have an option available for them that's more permanent, and that's with the Permalip.
Doc, you said something before that really caught my ear, and I think it probably rings true with a lot of our viewers. You said, you know, invasive surgery, whether it be a facelift, liposuction, whatever the case may be off the table for some folks. Do you find that your industry is moving more towards non-invasive procedures?
I mean, I think it goes both ways. As we develop more non-invasive procedures, we realize the limitation of those procedures, or we also realize how important surgery can play. So they're complementary. They're not really mutually exclusive. Right. They're complementary.
Yeah. And in the last 5 years, for sure, with the tough economy, as we've all seen it, we've seen a reduction in the number of cosmetic procedures performed in the country every year. But the non-surgical treatments have exploded. Right. So I think that sometimes people aren't willing to maybe shell out all the money for a surgery or take time off work on what may be a tenuous job situation. But they will come and they still want the improvement, so they'll find avenues to sort of hold them them off for a few more years till they'll be at a place where they feel comfortable doing surgery. And so I think that the non-surgicals offer that for them too.
All right, the dynamic duo, Batman and Robin of the business. Yeah, who's Batman? Who's
I was
Robin?
going to ask you that question. I think you can answer that.
I'm not going to touch it. All right, CaloSpa Rejuvenation Center. Don't forget, November 7th, a week from tomorrow, open house. And Doc, you were telling me the hours. This is just not a nighttime event.
No, it's noon to 8, and it's important for all of those of you who maybe have to pick up kids, and it would be better to come in. We started our hours at noon instead of 2 o'clock, so noon up till 8. Sort of the party gets happening from 4 to 8, but if you're like a serious shopper and you want to get in here and hear as much and less, I would come between noon and 4. I think we will have over 1,000 people here surely at the open house. So it's a big event. It's a fun event if it's just for fun and just a nice sort of easy way to learn a little bit more. This is the place to come.
All right, Corbett's will be here as well. There'll be some good food. That's right, little mini makeovers. Once again, that is a week from tomorrow. We'll see you here. CaloSpa Rejuvenation Center. We'll be right back on Wave 3 Listens.
Following is a small parody of Big Insurance.
Hi, I've been in a car accident and I need a lawyer.
You have come to the right...
Is there a problem?
No. Insurance companies people all the time, but I thought surely they'd take care of their own.
Yeah, not so much.
Oh, bet you wish you could name your own settlement with that thing. Just saying.
After a car accident, call Aguiar Injury Lawyers, 888-8888.
With many dental implants, you can have a tight, secure denture that will snap in and out, or, if you like, you can be rid of your denture completely and just have permanent teeth that will cement in, and you don't have to wear any denture anymore at all. Nothing comes in or out, all with no surgery, minimal healing, and half the cost of the traditional surgical implants.
Welcome back. We are at CaloSpa Rejuvenation Center. We're absolutely live with Dr. Bradley Calabrese. Lots of folks calling. We encourage you. Once again, that open house is a week from tomorrow, November 7th. Dr. Calabrese will be here. We'll have lots of representatives, skincare representatives, weight loss. We'll talk about that. We'll talk about some fillers. But whatever you'd like to talk about you looking your very best for the holidays, November 7th is the place to be. Doc, let's talk about saving some money. You know, some money. You're all about that, too. You have a 20% discount available?
So 20% discount on all non-surgical services, so all skincare products, all the services, the tattoo removal, the laser removals for hair, any of that product is 20% discount. As well, there's a Monday and Tuesday a special event where if you buy Latisse, you get a 20% discount on the Latisse, and you'll get an instant $25 credit if you're a member of Brilliant Distinctions. So you have to go online to, I think they have the address, it's www.brilliantdistinctionsprogram.com. And if you go there, you can sign up, and then you get $25 off of plus 20% off. So it becomes very inexpensive. And Latisse is great. And I've been using Latisse recently because I have no eyelashes. I'm like a rabbit. And actually, I finally started to have eyelashes. So it's kind of exciting in so many years. So I think in the $16,000 worth of giveaway prizes at the open house as well. Plus all of our vendors are there, and we've got buy 2 areas of Botox, get 1 free. So you're going to get Botox effectively for like $7 a unit, which is really crazy. So I think there's just so many options. If a person cannot come in, they're busy Thursday night, they got things going on, Monday through Thursday you can call during regular business hours, and you can get all the same discounts. Just tell them what you want, talk to them about it, and you can pre-buy. Some of our patients call in or come in during the week and pre-buy so they can come to the party and not worry about it and just have fun. Sure. So it's being smart shoppers will get the benefit of that. So, it gets busy in the party, and sometimes you get crazy. So if you can think about it, know what you want, go ahead and order that in advance. So all week long, really, you can up to Thursday, you can actually pre-buy everything and get the 20% discount.
Wow. So very, very client-friendly. Appreciate that.
We are client-friendly, we know. A lot of my clients are from out of town, and so it's really hard to expect them to come to the open house, especially with wine, and then drive all the way back, right? So we surely started the program of allowing them to call in and get those specials and stuff. So, it's all about client retention and client appreciation, and that's what the open house really started as, sort of just a party to give them appreciation. And I always tell all my clients, that once you're in the program for non-surgical services, you should never pay full price again, because you'll pre-buy at open house at 20% discount everything you need for the year. We bank it, you know it's there, so you never really have to buy full price for anything as long as you're paying attention. And so I think that's sort of a good partnership, and it shows them a lot of appreciation how we feel about them and their business.
That's a good idea, you know. And I've got to be honest with you. I'm honored to be here because word of mouth on this place is so good that you don't need a lot of marketing. So the fact that you're doing this show, thanks. I think it's helped our viewers. You're a good resource.
Yeah, I think we believe in any kind of marketing that's educational.
There you go.
And I think these are educational. I think we've always felt about Wave 3 Listen that there was really good questions. We want to talk about things, educate, and re-educate, because there's so much misinformation either on the internet or out in the community. And so I think it's really worthwhile, whether you get a marketing dollar or get anything out of it from that standpoint, is that, you know, it's a good education. People get to know who we are and not be afraid of us. If nothing else, just not to be afraid of me, you know, and we're very friendly here. And I think, you know, I think that often comes across in this kind of a show.
Yes, indeed. And now let's talk about, you know, we've been mentioning the fact that this is a very comprehensive operation here. Boot camps. What is your boot camp like? It's got to be a little different.
Well, our boot camp for skincare?
Yeah, I see a boot camp here, and I'm going to
boot camp's a little different. We've really ramped up the concept of skincare, and really we don't want to lay it off to the side and get busy doing all these other procedures. The skincare is so important. So the boot camp was this 90-day sort of competition to sort of get people in, sign up, take pictures, and then really put them on products that include growth factors, TNS essential serums, and I think they get ceramide, and they get a sunscreen, and then we give them 3 facial peels with it, and we're going to really ramp them up through the 3 months and really see how much can skincare by itself change your skin. Then we'll take photographs after 3 months, and then we're going to have a winner, and we're going to choose who got the most change, who was most compliant, who stayed out of the sun, who didn't go to Florida during Thanksgiving, right? And and can get a change in their skin. So I think it's that kind of thing. That's the same reason that we did the Skin Genius Bar, which is to put retail, more like you do it at a department store, right? Sometimes the reason people buy stuff at a department store is there's somebody there to help them, and it's right in front of them. It's easy. You walk in, you get it. What we know is when a patient comes into my office, if we have not sold them a skincare product, and we've talked about it, 80% within 24 hours will either gone to a department store or to a drugstore and bought a skincare product. And that's crazy, because they were really here asking for the product and wanting the knowledge. We do the research for them. We only bring in skincare products that have science behind them. And so we've done that research. Products over the counter, I hate to tell everybody, I don't care what they say, if it's over the counter, other than moisturize, it does nothing. There's no ability for it to penetrate the skin deep enough to have any biological effect. So it's crazy to spend all the money that's spent on all these products that can't really have any good biological effect. If it was that good and it changed the skin that much, it would never be allowed to be sold as a cosmetic, right? It wouldn't.
Good point. Anyway. Encouraging you to check out CaloSpa on Facebook as well. Get all the details for the open house. We'll be right back on Wave 3 Listens.
$24 billion up in smoke. That's how much the government shutdown cost our economy. Washington at its worst. And now, Mitch McConnell and the Tea Party in Washington are demanding painful cuts to Social Security and Medicare. Kentucky seniors could pay $6,000 more a year. Cutting Social Security and Medicare may be Mitch McConnell's plan. Tell him it's not yours.
Plaque psoriasis, a condition that can make you uncomfortable in your own skin and want to take cover, or even hide from the world. Join our research study and you may help to uncover new information about plaque psoriasis. Find out if you qualify by calling 877-722-6028. Participants may receive investigational medication, study-related care, and compensation for travel. No insurance is required. With your help, we hope to reveal answers about plaque psoriasis.
I suppose that was all right. Welcome back. CaloSpa Rejuvenation Center. We're giving away some Jimmy Buffett tickets. Once again, he's so nice. He's giving away tickets to see Buffett. He's coming to the Center. You can win your tickets if you're caller number 3, 888-800-9283. You can find that lost shaker of salt. If you want to find your youth, this is the Fountain of Youth. And again, Doc, we got about 30 seconds here. Tell everyone to come on out to the open house.
Yeah, come on out. Open house next Thursday, November 7th from noon till 8 o'clock. Call anytime. Call call for reservations. You can call our reservation line or call 899-9979, our telephone number. We don't care. Call us. Let us know you're coming so we make sure we have enough drink, food, enough people here to serve you. You get lots of specials, $16,000 worth of giveaway prizes, 20% discount on all skincare and non-surgical sprays. All of that is available, and we have all of our experts here to give you advice.
Boy, he's good. All right. Thank you so much. We'll see you next Thursday night here at CaloSpa Rejuvenation Center, and we'll see you tomorrow on Wave 3 Listens. You're a pro. You can take my job.
Thank you.